Oh. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is finally a Friday. So we're just, bouncing around. Oh. That hole's too tight. So it really got into my head that this whole area is a little too sparse. So I thought, I'll head down to one of my favorite places, the trusty craft store. And I will grab some craft plywood to fabricate something for back here. And then as I was trying to work around the shock towers, I just didn't like the look of it. So, grab a little aluminum plate and here we are. Is that the same length? Yeah, it looks pretty good. We're not here for perfection. I also, got a little more craftsy. That's from the Cricut. I cut some masks. There was another can of paint from that vintage supply of Tamiya. There was a TS can in there of pearl white. And I did a little test spritz. It seemed fine. As soon as it hit a material that wasn't my practice sheet of cardboard, it got real gloopy. And I was like, oh man. After the amount of time that I dumped into this finish, please don't let this happen to me. So I immediately rushed it to the heat gun and put some heat on it, and it's one of those delightful accidents that it came out like perfectly. I didn't have to sand it. That's nothing. That's just a paint. I dried it with the heat gun and I rubbed it with my fingers, and that's where we ended up. So sometimes things do land in our favor. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. The universe immediately made an effort to equalize. Was that a 4? That's a 4. I was making a cross brace for this, got it to length, got it finished, was drilling it on the lathe, and the drill bit broke off in the end of it. So in keeping with the growing Daphne the Sport aesthetic, I thought it actually even more fitting to not fabricate a replacement for that failed fabricated piece and just grab some bits of whatever we had laying around and make a tower brace here. I don't even know how necessary the tower brace is, but the towers are pretty thin and they're not, I cut a good bit out of them because I wanted the adjusting collars to fit a little better. This is kind of why I'm such a big fan of desert lizards. Like, they're so small. Yeah, I like that. I think I like that. It fits the motif. That's not bad. I gave myself a couple more. I went up to 12 shock mounting holes. Where's the other tower? There we go. And I moved them forward of the position. So that's the aftmost set of holes, and then I went forward. So that's the actual, like where it used to be mounted is there. So it's got one more step of lean forward right now because I thought it needed it. So most of the week, I mean, I did some work on the Rift, if anyone saw that. But I have to say most of what went into this. I really need to ream those body holes out a little more. I'm still in full tinker mode with Daphne the Sport. I'm thinking the thin 3mm plywood. I don't know how ornate I want to get with it, and I don't know how much of this area is actually going to get filled up, because as you can see, to get this body on, this is the only way it fits on. You got to drop it down and then push it forward. So I can't really have a bed pressed up against there. But that's something we'll get to. You know, there's no rush there. So I think it's only fitting that Daphne the Sport be our tour guide for the little bit of work I managed to get done during the week. We'll do a little bit of the course, and we'll do a little wheeling, and then I'll sit down because it's getting hot. Did I have lofty ambitions of getting more done? Well, I mean, yeah, isn't that the human condition? But oh, she coming. Her name is Summer, and she's a coming. That's barely into the afternoon, and we're looking at 100. Of course, forecast high today was something like, I don't know, 95. Yeah, we'll pass that before noon. So, I mean, in a perfect world, this unloads itself. Under perfect conditions, I'd have had it done. But, I mean, that's how far I got into that one. I mean, that's something. So where did it go, you ask? Well, I mean, that stuff is tough. There's a lot of wire in there. Honestly, I was hoping I could set up the camera for a sort of trompe-l'oeil thing to make the land bridge there invisible, but it did not prove to be possible. There's a little too much contrast. When I saw that piece, I was like, it has to be that. So I also, in doing so, hey, it's just more patina, right? I think the placement of that particular piece is, it's good and bad. Definitely makes it more challenging to get up out of here. We're walking it. I think we're over. Hey. Oh, we're almost over. Nope. There we go. So did I get a little what I would call lazy? Yeah, I feel like I did. I put a lot of that material right here in this area, which is lazy on more than one level, because now instead of cinder block, I have material that I can climb up and get onto this. I just want to see if she can pull this. Ooh. Gotta spit out a little bit there. Yeah, I found a spot in the shade to sit in. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's just not enough there. So yeah, it goes all the way down. If you'll remember the brick line wrapped all the way around here. I thought, let's just invite the crawler course to take over as much real estate as possible, so long as we kind of, stay out of the middle. I feel like the Outrunner high pitch, which is all the speed control, I feel like it's more noticeable the farther it gets away. Like, the low frequency stuff kind of dies off, but that really kind of, the more zoom we throw on it, the more authentic we look. We got to obscure that chain link background. Again, this side, while it is Savage Lands, we're looking for a little more open area, trailing type, not just more steep stuff on top of more steep stuff. It's challenging enough trying to drive from in the zoom 20 feet away. Yeah, Daphne just, I guess it was a combination of things, but the truggy conversion really brought it to life. Wow, that is, there's no elegant way to get out of that. Thoroughly unfinished out here. And as I said, I'm trying not to make it too vertical, but then, I approach it from here. It's making the canyon trails look real good, real good. I think I added in total line here 30-ish feet, 35 feet maybe. Yeah, new speed control is definitely, just for my own state of mind. Functionally it seems fine. The low speed control is acceptable, but that right there, I could do without that. I know that Outrunners are noisy. It's the king of the compromise, really, because it has so much torque and the motor weighs nothing. That's very dirty. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what to show as an example. Obstacles take quite a long while to fully season in. Look at that. I think we need to grab a thumbnail. They take a good while to season in. So when you attempt to drive them after the material's been down for like 24 hours, it's like, that's difficult, but wheeling this thing, it's like unlimited torque. The low speed is so good. Okay, there's the SH 500 noise. So she's a noisy little thing, but handling wise is absolutely amazing. Every time a container comes in and it's got, looking out the back window, every time a container comes in and it's got asphalt in it, it comes over here. And this is a section that must be driven with great care, because while it is not remarkably difficult, it's full of traps. You can drop a wheel down into a hole, or get a link caught in a hole, and this place will rip plastic apart. Yeah, I don't even need to 100% see where it's going. It will just go. So nice. I figured we might as well just drive over to the spot where the rest of the material has been deposited. This is one of the only locations where I've broken stuff. Right in this area. In Savage Lands. Leviathan is the other section where I've like popped drive shafts, busted some spurs. Like I've broken parts over here. Yeah, Daphne is so point and shoot. Straight up this vertical onto a more vertical. You pop that. Of course, that's when I'm out here wheeling in this section and I have to continually move the camera from spot to spot. I remember this place is big. I don't know how well I'll be able to maneuver this at all. I was just throwing wheelbarrows full of dirt on here. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of the most fitting analogy that wouldn't offend someone about Daphne the Sports, I don't know, overall package. Like, maybe it needs that high-pitched squeal because everything else about it is so good. That outrunner holds like an anchor. I can see how flop that is. It has the perfect amounts of suspension travel. And it's not surprising that we're running towers that essentially have TRX4 geometry and we're running TRX4 shocks. And it is, for all intents and purposes, a TRX4. I've heard it referred to as outdated, and someone born, let's just say in the 70s, we'll leave it at that. That's both, and by that they mean the TRX4 platform. And I find that to be both simultaneously amusing and offensive. If there's a word for a 1-2 combo of amused and offended, that's what I am. Yeah, this is very sketchy to be driving on, honestly. This is essentially, let me pull back. This is essentially fill material. I'm trying to backfill all this so that you'll be able to drive in up across the logs and in through that notch in the tree. And then you'll be able to bring it all the way around and down this way if I can get through here without snapping something. So you'll be able to come all the way around this. Ooh, that was iffy. And this, the goal is to connect, like this will all be filled. Where she's parked right now, that will all be filled up. So both sides of the pathway. And the goal is to be able to drive along the side of this pathway and not atop the pathway to tie in with this section up here, which is also thoroughly unfinished up on the top, so I won't bother to continue up there. Once that is complete, I will be able to transition up to the top of this block line, which then will allow me to transfer along here. Because kind of the ultimate goal is to be able to drive all the way around, to go all the way, to do the full circumference. And as it stands now, there's quite a few gaps where you have to either cross pathways or there's just no way to link two obstacle sections together. Come on. Oh. Man, it's really good. I think Daphne could give Jolly Green a run, you know, with 66% of the tires? Yeah, 2/3 of the tires. 4/6 of the tires. Ooh, that's pretty high up there on the rear end. It's got a good lift. Turn down, yes. I'm getting the hang of it. I mean, it'll take me, give me a couple more years. I'll learn how to drive these. Well, that's gonna get sticky. Ah, what? She's already managing this section better than Jolly Green did. Oh, that body is so good in the sun. All Lexan should be painted on the outside. I don't even know if that's a potentially unpopular opinion. I mean, it just looks better. I mean, for these, you know, if you're painting a drift car, yeah, it's probably glossy. But if you're painting a crawler, I think that amount of shine that's coming off that body right there, so good. And we're still waiting to roll it. As much as I've tried to stick to the shade, I still haven't obtained any sort of umbrella or covering, so that because what happens is the camera display starts to get really dim, and I know that's because it's overheating. I feel okay, you know. This is Southern California. 100 it's where we live. So Daphne is going to get some more work upcoming. Jolly Green's going to get some more work. Everybody's going to get some work. We're just throwing it around. We're throwing it around. And I thank you for stopping in and seeing what's going on. I could, you know, if it wasn't, I mean, 100 is where we live, but if it wasn't 100, I could just wheel out here all day. So, I think we'll wrap it and cap it early. We've put out some lengthy videos this week, so let's try to keep this one moderated. So, thanks again for watching, everybody. Leave a comment below. I love talking to you guys. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. Go watch some old videos. Be sure to watch some new videos. Stay tuned for the next one. And as always, well, a happy spooky Friday the 13th, and have a good one, everybody.